everybody, and welcome to another episode of Watch Me at Zillow.tv. And with me today I have Richard from InsaneFilms.com. So we're going to do a little interview with Richard and see why he does it, how he does it, and if he's going to keep on doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So Richard, tell me, what got you into video blogging?
Well, actually, it was a very specific event. I was director of photography for a filmmaker named Christy Drew. Am I supposed to talk to you or that? It's confusing because then there's
whatever you want.
A filmmaker named Christy Drew, and she required all the crew and actors that we all have to journal, a live journal. And this was when my journal was just like a few months old. And I saw a live journal, I had no idea what it was, and I said, I don't like writing, I'm not going to do this. It was just natural for me when we were filming to take the footage, and immediately after this started, I would just take all this behind the scenes footage and create what I call video journals. So I'd actually post it on Insane Films, which was the website I have, which is really it was originally intended for fringe filmmakers, for anybody to submit film without any curation at all. So that one, I did that for a few months, and then in January of 2001, I actually started live journaling because my friends were doing it. So I started the live journal, and I really got into it, and it was so fun. So what I would do is periodically I would keep doing video journals and post a link to it on the live journal, and then I'd get a lot of positive feedback.
So you've been doing this for a good 5 years now.
Almost, yeah.
So that's quite a massive of work you've collected then on this.
Yeah, I've got tons of work, tons. And I still repost a lot of it. Like that one you saw last week or so, Mommy Kills Best, I did that actually in 2001. But that's not really a video blog.
What kind of things could people expect when they go to InsaneFilms.com?
Shitting. Masturbation, group masturbation. Well, that's just sort of my explicit tag. It's all it's whatever, it's expression, so it's whatever you want to. I don't believe in censorship except for spam, really, and certain hate speech can. I would censor that, but I've never censored anything.
Have you gotten any kind of backlash to the stuff that you post?
Nothing. No. Some people say, "Oh, that's disgusting," or, well, the funniest comment I got with Mommy Kills Best was, "That is shit." Which I think is funny, it's shit. Which I'm not going to argue with that. I mean, it's the only stuff I got that's negative. It's negative in a critical way, like like you would critique something, like, "Oh, that wasn't very good." But I don't get anything like, "How dare you? You shouldn't do that," or "Spank you." I mean, part of that is because it's not in the masses. It's not like, if it was being shown at the MoMA in New York, I'm sure there would be a backlash, but it's not. It's well below the radar. That's this thing about this citizen media thing. People don't notice it. You can do whatever you want. It's just, there's no reason to censor anything. And you can play music. You can play whatever music you want. It doesn't fucking matter.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the video, or do you prefer
I prefer the podcasting. I think it's personal preference, but for me, it's also a business decision. It's a lot of it. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. I can produce more because I do my podcast in a drag character. I can't do drag every day. I can't. It just takes too much time to put the makeup on, all the crap. I do it on the radio. You can be a drag queen on the radio without putting any makeup on because it's all in the mind. It's faster. Plus, well, the main reason though is the audience is there in podcasting. The audience for video blogging isn't there yet. There's no portable media for it that's widely accepted. So it's really simple that way. I mean, part of it is just business. And I like the way audio expression works. I feel that it makes the mind work more.
But did you get into podcasting and video blogging or journaling with the idea of, I'm going to make money on this?
Well, actually, when podcasting came out, I saw it as a money-making opportunity for sure. Because I said, this is going to be big. It's like the internet, and the internet was 10 years ago when I started putting pictures in it and commercial things, and I thought, there's a lot of trends that I've been able to spot, but I missed the boat on. Why I started video blogging had nothing to do with that. And the inspiration for my podcast was actually a video blog. It was a video blog before it was a podcast, because what happened is on the re-election of George Bush, I got really angry and basically put on some drag, and I was able to get into this character and express my outrage. And after I did it, I wasn't angry anymore. And so I was trying to do it every week, which was an effort in itself to do one of those a week, a video blog with makeup and drag and everything. And it's hard. The video blogs can't be that long. You can't really get into the days and news and politics on a video blog, because if it's more than 5 minutes, nobody's going to watch it.
Do you think it's also going to flow into the numbers from the audio blogs are going to go into the video blogs?
Mm-hmm. Sure. I mean, the community, I set up a community called Qpodder, and for gay and lesbian podcasters, and already probably a third of them are doing video blogs like once a week in addition to podcasts, but it's all the same feed, and that's where I see it going. It's just, the people that I know don't really see they don't see the reason to categorize video or audio. You do either.
Do you see that as a trend that's kind of starting, that people will set up different feeds, different sites?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more the opposite. I think it's more that people are just going to use one feed. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Is I see, like, instead of email, like, it's the opposite. Like, if I want to check, right now you can email me, but in the future maybe I can just check your RSS feed, see what's going on with you.
You've been very successful in this short period of time with blogging, podcasting, video blogging. Do you have any tips for our viewers that are trying to get into it?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, it's content, first and foremost. You have to put everything you have into the show, or whatever you're doing, and then you have to be passionate about it. If you have to, like, force yourself to do it, probably want to look at doing it differently, in my opinion. Find whoever is getting all the attention and get their attention, and in other words, you want them to mention you. You have to get, like, I get a lot of press. It doesn't do shit. I was on the front page of the Chicago paper. I've been in all these different magazines. Never has it made more than 10 subscribers worth of difference. In other words, it's completely irrelevant because those people just, it doesn't, I don't know why, it doesn't do anything.
It's not the way.
Right, but when Adam Curry mentions me on his show, or one of these other more popular podcasts mention me on a show, or if I mention another new show repeatedly, then it really makes a difference. So, what you have to do is you involve yourself, you comment on other people's, watch other people's work, comment on it, go to things like this. It's really important, and this is part of why podcasting has grown, because Adam Curry shares the attention. Like, when media calls him, yeah, he'll do interviews, but he'll also say, oh, you should call this person, this person, this person. I do the same thing. If somebody says, oh, I need to, like somebody from, some magazine will say, oh, do you know anybody who's doing this in San Antonio? I say, okay, yeah, this person. You have to share that. And when one video blogger, for example, gets attention, they need to say, okay, well, you really should talk to this. And that requires some, it's natural to be so much selfish and competitive, which is very common, but you also have to force yourself to give back and to share it, because that's how it works.
What have you brought from the past week?
Two things. Number one, the community. That there is already going on a concentrated effort, and then this is definitely something that's going on in podcast and video blogging that's wonderful that I don't see in podcasting, that this sort of community-based idea that you educate the people. How can I explain it? There's an outreach going on that Ryan and Jay and some of these others, Michael Verdi, are doing. That is it called?
Node 101.
Node 101, where they're actually getting these people voices who don't have it, and it's taking like what indie media is doing, what Democracy Now! Is doing one step further, which is this alternative journalism going to places where the mainstream media don't. And it's taking it one step further, which is so important, which is that you go to them, instead of just interviewing them, you go there and give them the tools to do it themselves.
And that's something that podcasting isn't really doing?
No, not at all. Not at all. See, in podcasting, it's much more, everything that happens always comes with the question, well, how can I make money doing this? It really, and I'm doing it too. I mean, I'm making money doing it. That's good, but I'm not I guess I'm not really judging it, but it would be nice that it happens in podcasting too. And I think it's just nobody's thought about it. Sometimes ideas just have to happen, and that's why it's important to share the two communities. And I'm definitely going to take that back and like talk to people and see if anybody wants to do stuff like that, or just share the resources for this kind of training, because there's so many political problems in the U.S. that this would really provide a lot of hope for. And to give these people, like refugees for Katrina, for example, or any ghetto, you give them something like that. I mean, you know what it's done for you, I know what it's done for me, where you get a voice and it gives you a whole new empowerment on your life. It's almost like a whole nother level of reason for being.
The kind of strange thing is, at least what I see, is that we are putting ourselves in the freaking camera. It's like, here I am. But it's the ego thing seems like inside the community takes like a step aside. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, there's this narcissism on the outside, right? Because you look at the video camera and there's that. But then there's a difference, but I don't know that's kind of why I like to see them get together, because the podcasting community, there's a lot of, I think first of all, it tends to be an older demographic, a little bit older. You know, a lot of the podcasters want to think it's for the young people, because that's where the advertisers need it to be. But unfortunately, well, I'm going to get in trouble here, but I don't care. But in reality, there's an awful lot of like, you know, guys in their 30s and 40s who are bored, who are stuck with kids in the house, and they kind of want their life back, which is great that they're doing this. So they go on a podcast and they play the same music they heard when they were in high school, you know? The same, and then they like get other guys in their 30s and 40s who like that same crappy music, and they tell each other how great it is, and they think like they're kids again, which is great, but it's not reaching. Now, with video blogging, I feel like it is that demographic, that younger demographic.
Democracy Now! Let's plug Democracy Now! What is that?
Democracy Now! Is the most important video blog to subscribe to. It is also the most important podcast to subscribe to. And what I always tell people is, if you only have time for 1 hour a day of this kind of material, then it should be Democracy Now! Above anything else, even my own. Because it's, Amy Goodman, who's the host, is just, what's going on there is like, it's so amazing, it's transcendent, because she's just reporting the news. And maybe if 20 years ago you wouldn't have noticed much difference between that and say PBS, or even this evening news, but the news that's out on the mainstream, at least in America, is such garbage, and it's basically just remanufactured press releases. And what Democracy Now! Does is they go to the same places where the mainstream is going, but they actually do investigative journalism, and it's a totally different world. I would like to see somebody who really doesn't want to entertain people, but really wants to do journalism, just do it, you know, and get the sources. You know, you can volunteer, and I've talked to Amy Goodman about this. You can go volunteer at your local public radio station, learn how to do news, and then create your own video blog or show about news. I mean, it doesn't just have to be, oh, I cut myself because my boyfriend dumped me and I'm fat. Well, I say that, but you know, you can do anything with this shit. You can do stuff that's never been thought up. So.
Or never been done before.
Exactly.
Because there's no censorship, there's no...
Right. And that's another tip about that you were asking before about what are the tips for these new people, and that's one. Do something that's unique, that hasn't been done. Don't copy anyone else. Don't copy anyone else. Don't copy anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be original.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest.
Yeah.
And try and get yourself on a popular video blog or podcast. And you can get yourself on a popular video blog just like Zillow TV just by sending out some fucking promo. So.
You do promos?
Yeah, we do promos too.
I don't think I've even heard of video promos for video.
Yeah, so if you have a 15-second promo, 20-second, 30-second promo, QuickTime movie, just send it to promos@Zillow TV with the name of the website, the feed, and
I will.
where we can.
I'll send that out to my community. And there's we have a podcaster called Zilla Fag, actually. So that would be great if he did one. Yeah, he does video blogs too, actually.
Cool. We'd love to get video blog promos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any promos this week because we've run out of them because we don't get that many. But yeah, so damn, I think we can go on so long, and I got to edit this down now. Is there any last things you would like to say?
Yeah, share the press. If you get press, share it. And if you know anybody in the media, you know, just just share that. You know, not necessarily, but call them and get them to write about it. You have to do the work for them. A lot of people want to get press. Everybody does. And even though it doesn't really create subscribers, what it does is it starts to create your brand, and it creates interest in people like venture capitalists and the community. And it's a seed. It's much more. It's much slower. So get press by making it easy. Write like your favorite parts of your show. Keep it handy. Keep a bio handy. Get press photos of yourself. Get stills of your show. You know, get something that they can use to cut and paste into their article, because they're going to do whatever's easiest.
Anyways, I just want to thank you, Richard, for
You're welcome.
Coming by and doing this little interview with us. And
it was fun. It was far though, far. This is Coffee Island, in case the video audience doesn't know it. This is an island with names of stolen property from Indonesia. Which happen to also be names of coffee, which is bizarre.
Yeah, we're on the Java Island. We could go for coffee over here, though. It's nice.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it. Absolutely. So anyways, yeah, stay tuned to Zola TV, because there's lots of cool comments going on, and people going to be sending stuff in, and news, and we're moving to a new office. Which is great, because we're going to actually start up a little production studio there. So you're not going to see like stupid stuff behind us. We're going to have a nice little...
You need like fake monitors. Yeah, like people going tick, 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 tick.
Oh, you should see the designs that we got actually. There's like this whole like mesh.
You know, it's funny though. I never thought of this, but in Democracy Now, it's just the real news. They still have that backdrop of all the...
people working.
Yeah, it's funny. But I don't think it's people working. I think it's just the monitors.
Yeah, exactly. So, I've been Gabriel McIntyre.
Richard Bluestein of Insane
Films.com, and you've been watching Watch Me at Zola TV. Vlog off.